Hello, everyone. It's Phil Jones, and joining me again is Phil Boyle. So, Phil, how are you?
Hi, Phil. I'm good.
So, I had the opportunity to put together a holiday guide. So, we want to take some time and talk about it. So, Phil, what else do you want to mention about the guide?
Well, first off, I want to encourage everybody to go to www.projectorreviews.com and check out Phil's excellently written holiday guide. It covers a broad range of categories. In brief, you covered portable projectors, home entertainment projectors, you covered ultra short throw projectors, you even did golf simulation projectors, and then as a bonus, covered some projection screens and talked about sources. So this is a comprehensive guide.
So we're not saying, like Phil said, this is the best of all of the projectors. We're just saying here are some notable ones. And if you want to go through and see all of the reviews that we've done, you can actually go and check us out on projectorreviews.com. But I wanted to just talk about some of the big ones. So now let's talk a little bit about home entertainment projectors that I have listed in the Holiday Buyer's Guide. So Phil, where would you like to start?
This is an interesting combination of lifestyle projectors, portable/lifestyle projectors. You've got, again, 4 models in here, and they are the Valerion VisionMaster Pro 2, the Nebula X1, the BenQ W4100i, and the Epson Pro Cinema LS9000. Let's continue with going in price order. And that means we're starting with the Nebula X1.
Okay. So the reason why I put it used to be that if you wanted something to watch for home entertainment or home theater, the form factor was the more traditional square rectangular one that hung from the ceiling, right?
Right.
And if you wanted good color reproduction, you wanted adjustable lenses, you wanted all of those things, that was the form factor you had to buy.
Yeah.
With projectors like the Nebula X1, the Valerion, and I also could have put on here something like the Hisense C2 Ultra, those conversations are starting to change, right? That you're starting to get the performance you would expect from those traditional home entertainment, home theater projectors in more unique form factors that add smarts and add sound. And the one that really stood out was when we first saw this Nebula X1, we were blown away by it. Oh, by the way, this is the same one that's in that Nebula X1 Pro with all the speakers. This is the same version of that, but it's a little bit easier to carry around. It's got a handle on it, and one person can easily move it from place to place to place. And Phil, you reviewed it. The sound was great.
I did.
The picture was great, like shockingly good. Like I had to reset it like 4 or 5 times to make sure that they didn't actually go in and set the colors, and cook the demo because the picture was so good. So
Nebula knocked it out of the park on this one.
So I love this projector. 3,500 lumens, RGB laser, good smarts, good built-in sound system, the ability to have wireless speakers added to it. It's a great, and the picture was what you would expect from a good home entertainment projector. So I wanted to actually include it in here.
Interesting conveniences too. They took, again, the whole gimbal concept, and instead of moving the projector, they mounted the optics, the entire laser light engine and the optics included, on its own internal gimbal. That's electronic. So it's all analog in adjustment rather than depending on, like digital adjustment. Really nice lens, good corner-to-corner focus, good color, good brightness. Great sound on board. Add those optional wireless speakers, and the sound becomes, I think it's a 4.1 sound system. Yeah, it's a nice projector. It really is.
It's a very good projector. It just shows that there's these companies where you normally did not think about them being in players in this field, because used to always be the normally the Epsons, the JVCs, the ViewSonics, the Optimas. They still make good projectors, but there's a lot of companies coming out there that are hungry for this market, right? And it's nice to see companies like Soundcore Nebula make products like this. Or as we get into the one above that, the Valerion, that's another example of an upstart, saying, well, let's reset the game when it comes to projectors. So let's talk about the
Nebula.
Valerion.
I can understand where it can get confusing for customers looking, because it shares the form factor of their portable projectors, right? But this is very much a lifestyle projector with a handle on top. So, I mean, it's again trying to push the envelope and bring the best of another category into another category, and you end up with a sort of hybrid approach.
Exactly.
They did a nice job.
It's cool. So instead of having some sort of angleable mount or stand, the projector sits there, and it angles. It used the internal gimbal of the lens. The handle pops out and pops back down, so it's not always sitting out. So it's a nice looking thing. Very cool idea.
Memory on that gimbal too, which is nice.
Yeah,
so.
It's great. I mean, you basically put it there, and it would just and get itself on the screen and align and focus. They're like, wow, really, really, really cool. Now, moving on from that.
Yep.
And I would tell you to look at the review on it, because there's so much tech in that projector that you need to read their article. It's insane. Okay.
I went a little overboard.
But it's very good. There's so many things to talk about. The other ones that our people have had ton of buzz is the Valerians, the VisionMaster series. Yeah, the VisionMaster series. Now, we're waiting to get a Max, which is their top one. But we were incredibly impressed with the Pro 2. This is another example of great color accuracy, amazing fit and finish, and black levels that were surprising for a DLP projector. And just like the Nexico Aurora Pro Mark II, we were shocked at how good the black levels were for DLP projector. Noticeably better than what we expected, right? Same technologies, but just utilized in a better way to give you better shadow detail and perceived black level, right?
Yep.
It has superior processing to optimize the laser dimming and the contrast curve. So these projectors are adjusting the laser dimming, utilizing the DLP's native contrast, and applying frame by frame adjustments to the contrast curves for both SDR and HDR to fully utilize the projector's on-screen contrast where it's best needed at that particular time, where it's most needed at that particular time. So you get vibrant colors when you need them, but then it takes all that contrast and makes sure that it utilizes it the best to give you inky or perceived blacks with still good shadow detail. I love this projector. And then you add optical zoom and things like that. You end up with a very good projector for what now $2,200. It's a great projector.
Yeah, it is. It is $22.99 is holiday price.
Exactly. And of course, if you want another projector that does really well, that would go against these two, that would also be something like the Hisense C2 Ultra, maybe be another one. And they're all about the same, 3,000-ish lumens, tri-laser. So they all offer great things. But the Valerian is one of my favorites, and I love the style of it. It's a beautiful looking piece. If you just talk about just design wise, it's a beautiful looking unit.
I think that this trend toward putting everything you can into a projector and then just having really great control is exciting, because you're talking about software, and software has the potential of being upgraded and improved, which means that the quality of these projectors can get better potentially as time goes on. If the manufacturers continue tweaking, and all indications from the manufacturers out there are they're continuing to do that. So it's very exciting. Exactly. Okay, let's go to the next one on the list. This is a more traditional form factor. This is a front projector as well, but it's not lifestyle. And that's the BenQ W4100i. Another impressive introduction from an established projector company that, generally leads the charge when it comes to picture quality and features.
Exactly.
So let's talk about it. And again, we gave it an editor's choice. This is the follow-up to the previous, I think it was the 4000i.
4000i. So these projectors, the 4100, the W5800, I remember sitting around with BenQ saying, I love your projectors, but the lens that you used limited my ability to put that projector in my personal space. And that was because it didn't have enough throw range or zoom range, and it didn't have things such as horizontal and vertical lens shift. And most enthusiasts are not going to rely on digital keystone correction because that impacts your resolution. So I was like, if you could just make a projector with a decent amount of throw, with horizontal and vertical lens shift, with the picture quality you offer, at the value you offer, you would have a winner. So the first one that came out is the W4100i. This is a step up. Those are about $4,000, $5,000. But all the great optics, it's all motorized and everything else. The picture's really, really good. And right now, by the way, that's what's sitting in my media room as my daily driver right now, right? This offers a lot of that performance utilizing manual adjustments. So you have a decent amount of horizontal and vertical lens shift. You got a decent amount of zoom, manual in a very compact form factor for under $2,700. And it's even brighter than the W4100i. If you're looking for ultimate black level, this black level's good, but it's not going to match an LCOS level projector. It's just not. If you're trying to replace a big Sony or you're trying to replace a big JVC, that's not what this projector's for. It can't do that. But those projectors cost triple the price of this, right? Or at least double. So, but if you're looking for a good looking image that I can sit there at night and go, wow, look at the colors on this thing. I mean, the color reproduction out of the box was insane because BenQ basically factory calibrates most of the projectors. So for most customers, a quick adjustment to brightness and contrast to overcome based on your ambient room lighting, and you're off to the races with a very good natural looking picture. You know, so I love this projector. I think it delivers great performance for its price.
Yeah, it's a fantastic. It uses an RGB plus B laser, so they're able to get a super bright image, and the color quality was fantastic, as I recall. This is one of the ones I reviewed. I mean, it's an impressive projector, and the idea. I mean, they didn't have to invent a horizontal and vertical lens adjustment system. They were able to, use one that they've used on their projectors for years that gets the job done. I mean, once you square move your image square to the screen, it's squared. I mean, it's, you're not going to be messing with it again.
Exactly. If you want to go switch between a 235 screen and a 16:9 screen with anamorphic, this is not what this projector's for. But try to find another projector under $3,000 that you can hang from the back of the room and shift it to align it to the screen without any digital correction, right? That could deliver 3,200, a true 3,200 lumens. I challenge you. It's going to cost you more than this. It's just going to cost you more than this. So that's why I like this thing. If you can afford a Sony or JVC or a big Epson, by all means get those. But just realize if I want 3,000 lumens from one of those, I'm going to be paying a lot more than this. So just keep that in mind. All right.
And BenQ fixed one of the things I've been complaining about for years, which is the sluggish menu operation. I'm sorry. It's such a great system, and they nailed it on this one. It's smooth, it's fast, it's responsive. Yeah, way to go, BenQ.
Okay. All right. So great pieces. And then I can go in and talk about all the traditional projectors. We're not saying these are the ultimate home theater, home entertainment projectors. These are just great home theater projectors that are approachable. So think about great projectors you could buy for under 4K, right? That's the best way to think of this. And these are because most of the time, if you're going to drop $30,000 for a holiday present, can you adopt me, please? You know what I mean? Most people are not going to slap a $40,000 QL7000 or NZ900 JVC under the Christmas tree with a bow. If that's the case, you need to, like I say, you need to adopt me. 4,000 is very approachable for most customers. So we wanted to keep that at that price point. If you want to go look at the best of the best, check out our buyer's guide to see all the different price points, or other videos where Phil and I talk about those big boys, which are on our site as well. But these are just projectors that we need to give love based on their performance for under 4K. So there was one more.
Yep.
Phil, and that one is the what?
Epson Pro Cinema LS9000, and good segue when you're talking about price. This is a $39.99,
Exactly.
just under $4,000 home theater projector, and this is a projector I think designed for a home theater room.
Exactly.
2200 lumens,
Exactly.
4K resolution, 3 LCD,
Yeah.
Laser light source.
Yeah,
Take it
so
away.
Epson has had great home theater projectors for many, many years. If you think about everything like the original the 6050 UBs and the LS12000s, and then the ones that I love, the new QLs, 3000s, QL 7000s, QB 1000s, those are great projectors, right? Now, a 6050 UB, what made it stand out was, wow, the performance you got for the price, right? That was a big thing, but it lacked some of the video processing capabilities of the newer projectors. So over the last few years, they've put bigger brains in their flagship models. And people said, wow, I love the LS12000. It'd be great if you can get the price down even more, but utilize the video processing that's in something like a QB 1000, which costs about $7,000. So they said, okay, well, how do I take the brain of a QB, 1000, which is an $8,000 projector, and how do I take something that would be in the range of an LS12000 or LS11000? Actually, this retails for about the price of an LS11000. I'm not going to get as much brightness, but I get the better video processing. I can focus on black levels. I can focus on just delivering a great looking, approachably priced home theater projector with motorized lenses, more throw distance, more install flexibility to pull down the QB 6050 and put up something around in that same price point that will deliver a improvement in video processing, resolution, and stuff like that. That's where this projector comes in. It's the starter. Think of it as the premium residential starter kit for when it comes to Epson, because you can go from here. Now you're getting into QBs and into all of those higher end ones, but a lot of the DNA for the newest models of Epsons are packed in this projector. To find out more about these products, check out the Holiday Buyer's Guide as well as our reviews on projectorreviews.com. And as always, we would appreciate it if you're interested in purchasing one of these products to utilize one of the affiliate links found in the description of the video or in the site or on the articles on the website, because we get paid a small commission at no cost to you, which allows us to continue to write articles and produce videos like this. And last but not least, Phil, what should they always do when it comes to our YouTube channel?
Well, they should like, they should subscribe, they should click all the alerts so you get alerted whenever new content comes up.
Exactly. So make sure you like and subscribe so Phil and I can continue to do these types of articles. Okay. So take care, everyone, and we will talk to you soon.